Yeah, this the bunker. This the bunker. Welcome to the bunker. This the bunker. Yeah, this the bunker. This the bunker. This the bunker. Yeah, this the bunker. This the bunker. Welcome to the bunker. This the bunker. Yeah, this the bunker. This the bunker. Check one, check two. Good people, what's up? Let's go. Listen, we are live and it is a breakthrough bunker where we turn obstacles into stepping stones and dreams into reality. I'm your host, Murph, aka Mr. Motivation. Flat out excited to be here. Happy Wednesday. It's about to go down. Today's guest, faith-based brother, educator. We about to tap into the education lane, get some spiritual insight. Just stay tuned. But before we do that, we're going to tap in with him soon. He come to the stage. I want to shout out a nonprofit that I support. I fully back. She's been on the show already, Dr. Natalie Nicole. She has a nonprofit, Role Model Academy. If you missed that episode, go tap back in. Role Model Academy, modeling, acting, personal development. Her mission, or the org's mission, is to empower, encourage, and equip youth to walk in confidence, power, and purpose. So I want you to dive in, double tap, hit that like, and donate. All right, donate, show your love. And she's a vet. Shout out to my veterans. Tap in and show some love. Before we get to our guest, Matthew James Gilmete, we're going to do the 3, 2, 1 with Murph, where we talk about 3 thoughts I'm having, 2 quotes, and 1 question I want you to answer yourself. So thought number 1, discomfort is the doorway to growth. And I know we probably touch on this, Matthew and I. Nothing grows in the comfort zone. You gotta push for discomfort. You gotta step out there. You gotta be uncomfortable. You gotta get comfortable being uncomfortable. That's how you grow. That's how you go next level. 2, who you become is more important than what you achieve. Who you become is more important than what you achieve. I always say, we all got goals and objectives. And starting, pushing forward, even if you're in slow motion, as long as you're going forward, you're going to hit the goal. It's not about the goal. It's not about the objective. It's about who you become on the way, because you got to change. You can't stay the same. And you know my quote, nothing changes if nothing changes. You feel me? So it's about who you become. And last one is discipline is self-respect in action. Discipline is self-respect in action. And I always talk about, they talk about motivation. You got to stay motivated, and you got to stay motivated and understand your why. But see, that could fade because you're going to get tired. You're going to get fatigued. You're going to be like, dang, it's taking too long. You, especially now, we're in this microwave society. Discipline is the foundation from which you can build, what you need to build. You have to build on discipline, your systems, your strategies, your routines, your habits. So I back discipline. Tap in with that. 2 quotes. It's a Japanese proverb. Fall 7 times, stand up 8. Fall 7 times, stand up 8. It speaks to, I got a book out. Y'all should know that. Unbreakable Valor, Triumph Through the Soul of Resilience. I just happen to have a copy here. Triumph Through the Soul of Resilience. And it's all about coming back. Life's going to beat you up. I don't care how well you prepared. I don't care what status you're on life. You're going to get jacked up. How will you respond? Right? How are you going to respond? You got to keep getting up. I remember Les Brown said, when he fall down, I want to fall on my back because if I could look up, I can get up. Hello? Next quote, your life is your message to the world. Make sure it's inspiring. Your life is your message to the world. Make sure it's inspiring. One question I have for you. Look in the mirror and ask yourself this. What area of your life is asking for more discipline? Whew. What area of your life is asking for more discipline? I like that. Hold on, let me go here. I got to enable the chat because I want to make sure we tapped in. What area of your life is asking for more discipline? Shouts out to my team. I know they on. Let me see. Peace, bro. Peace. We here. Peace. All right. So that's the three thoughts I had, 2 quotes, and 1 question I have for you. Let me see if I might come back to that. All right. I think now that the table is set, it's time to bring on our guest. So today's guest, I want to do him some justice with this intro. All right, here we go. Come to the stage, Matthew James Gilmete is a purpose-driven motivational speaker and educator based in East Providence, Rhode Island. With a heart rooted in faith and service, he blends personal testimony, spiritual insight, and real-world experience to challenge others to live with accountability, integrity, and purpose. He currently serves as a special education inclusion teacher with the Pawtucket School Department and has over 8 years of experience coaching youth football. Mentoring the next generation both on and off the field, Matthew is also a director for the Oakwood Athletic and Mentor Association, where he helps shape young minds through athletics and life skills. Come to the stage, good people. I give you the big homie, Matthew James Gilmete. Yeah.
What's up? What's up? Man, I need you to write my resume because you made me sound better than what I am.
Listen, you are all that, brother. All that, man. How you feeling today?
I'm feeling good, man. I have to say, good morning, good morning. I know it's the evening, but good morning, man.
Yo.
I'm happy to be here. I appreciate you, Murph. Man, you've been a blessing to me. And dude, it's like the bars that you have. I should have brought my notebook here so I could take some notes. Real deal. Real deal.
Yo, listen, if y'all missed that reference, good morning. If you tap into his TikTok, actually, I'm going to share this early. I want y'all to go follow now. So this says IGN, updated, IGN TikTok. Go tap in. He does this every morning. Good morning. And he just drops a gem, whatever he's thinking about. And it's like, yo, it's inspiring. It's motivating. And I definitely encourage you to go follow him. Yo, Matthew, let's get started, man. Yo, let's get backstory. How did we know each other? How are we connected?
So it's that next level speakers. I just tapped into that, and they were asking a bunch of questions in the group chat. And I'm like, I'm the only dude from Rhode Island in this place. And you responded, hey, I'm moving to Massachusetts. And I'm like, word, I need an accountability partner. So we came in, we messaged each other, and you were pure, like, humble. You came and met out with me in Providence when you were like an hour and a half away or whatever. And we linked up and we talked for hours, bro. And I really appreciate that because it's actually pushed me to do what I'm doing now. And that was just the beginning. And we've been tapping in before that. And you've been giving me resources that I could use. And I've been helping you out also, helping you be accountable. And it's just grew from there. And it's a friendship that I appreciate. You pushed me to be better. And I couldn't be where I'm at right now. I know it's only little steps I'm taking, but I wouldn't be where I'm at right now without your help and pushing me forward. And I appreciate that.
No doubt. Love, brother, love. Listen, he ain't never lied. Listen, he said, I'm in Rhode Island. I said, listen, I'm pulling up. And here's the thing, man. You think about jokers is successful. Like, I'm not the smartest dude in many spaces, but I move fast. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta just act. You know, you out halfway. Why are we gonna a month go by? I'm pulling up. You feel me? And we had a dope conversation. I appreciate you. So we all need accountability partners. I know the chat in the Next Level. Shouts out to Jeremy Anderson, the whole team at Next Level Academy. There was a chat about just going on live and just talking for, I think, a minute or 3 minutes, something like that, once a week or something. And he and I, we text. I was like, oh, I don't want to do it. But we convinced each other like we have to. And it was super dope. Like, he'll text me in the morning, you did your joint? And I was saying, so I appreciate you, because sometimes we get so caught up in like the vision, building the thing out. And it's like just the little things that matter. And I appreciate you for definitely helping me be held accountable, because I could talk myself out of something if you know, so I got to give the gab. So, but
no,
super dope.
True story, because I'm telling you right now, if you did not say, hey, we got to do this, I would have been like, nah, because honestly, the way that the enemy has been working with me is like, you know what, that stuff is corny. You don't want to put your voice out there. No one needs to hear what you're saying. No, you don't need to be pushing this stuff out. No one really cares what you're saying. And then it turns out, like, even when I hop on the TikTok, I didn't even want to hop on the TikTok for one. Right. A couple people was like, hey, what you're doing, I like it. You should hop on TikTok because you can get more people to look at you. And I was like, all right, cool. And I'm not trying to brag or anything. I got two of my videos that I do, I got like 1,000 views. And I did not picture that at all, bro. Like, not even close. And it all started just holding each other accountable. Like, hey, yo, we got to start doing this. And then it pushed out to, all right, the first 10 days. And then it turned out to be Mondays and Wednesdays, and then Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. And then all of a sudden you're doing a podcast. I'm thinking about doing a podcast. So it all starts from somewhere. And you got to put your foot out there and actually do it. I think a lot of us stop ourselves from doing something great, but we want everything to be perfect. We want everything to be pretty. You know what I mean? I have to have the Gucci suit before I wear a regular suit. You just got to step out there and step out in faith. And if it don't work out, it don't work out. It's a lesson that you learn for something else. So if you really believe in what you're trying to do, I think you should just jump into it, because you don't know what could happen, man. All it takes is getting to know somebody that helps you out somewhere else and all of a sudden you have a big team that you guys can achieve things together. So I think that's really important. All you got to do is step out.
Oh yeah. No, listen, I echo that. I always say, start where you at, start with what you got, just start. You know what I'm saying? You never know where it can go. So wait, Matthew, so talk to us. So you are in education. How'd you get in? Why teaching?
Man. Education. I tell people this all the time. It's something that chose me. When I was in high school, I had this picture in my head that I was going to be this football player for like 15 years, making good money or whatever. And by the time I was like a junior, I'm like, it ain't happening, because I didn't have that superstar ability. The way I was built, it was just not happening. And then in my senior year, I actually had to figure out if I wanted to go to college. And that was my default decision, because I didn't know what else I wanted to do. I didn't want to go to the military because I'm not built for it. And I hopped into school, went for a business degree, finished business school, didn't find a job that I was looking for. I hit corporate America. I got fired after 3 years. And then the safe haven I always fell back to is working with the youth. Like, I had to take a step back and be like, you know what am I really built for? What is my purpose? So I started working with the severe behavioral school. They actually paid for my master's. They paid for my master's to get an education degree in special education. So I did that. And I was in a crossroads, like, do I want to be an educator or do I want to be a police officer? Because it was an easy avenue to get into. So my wife actually motivated me to get my master's. So I got my master's, become an educator. Then, boom, I'm an educator. Like I'm not, and I'm being real when it comes to the curriculum and stuff. That's not my forte. My thing is I have relationship with the students.
Mm.
That's where the connection comes. And I work for an inner city school, so there's kids that look like me and they look up to me. I come into school with a lot of energy,
Mm.
and that's just what I live by. Because let's be real, if you're not waking up happy and ready to do something, you're gonna be stuck in bed doing nothing. So you have to have that breath in your lungs where it's like, I'm serving people. People are depending on seeing my happy face. Because if
Mm.
they see my happy face, they might have a crappy day. You know what I mean? And that even
Right.
with the faculty as well. So I
Sure.
know it's a long thing of how I become an educator, but right now that's a space I'm in, and I'm trying to take full advantage of it because that's where God put me.
So what grade you teaching?
I do this year I'm doing sixth and eighth, but years prior I did 7 and 8 in high school as well.
What grades you prefer?
Um, eighth grade,
Okay.
and maybe even high school. I did the freshman, but
Mm.
the lower you get, the more immature they are. That
Yeah.
tends to aggravate me. I'd rather deal with kids with behaviors
Uh,
because I can deal with that better.
right.
When it comes to kids just being, I don't know, kids,
Yeah.
I just
So
be feeling it sometimes.
now I feel you because I taught middle school. I taught 6th, 7th, 8th grade. I taught 9 through 12, and now I'm at college level now. And I always say, well, middle school is like a 401k, and it's crazy because I taught an all boys middle school, but like for me, it's almost like you said, you get called to do it. Like I'm in Iraq making buku bucks, and
Yep.
I had a friend of mine that was in education, and I was just like really blown away by their level of commitment. And I was like, dang, I see an opportunity to be a black dude, the black educator I didn't have. And that
Yes.
kind of is what drove me to be like, bump the money, like I can really impact lives. And when I went into the classroom, like I'm from the hood, Brooklyn, you know what I'm saying? And it was similar stories, same common demographics, same kind of circumstances, no father at home. And it's like, as an educator, a black male, like we like unicorns. You
Yes.
know what I'm saying? And
We do.
like, I remember the school I was at, the principal was a brother. It was about 8 of us,
Mm,
brothers. And they was coming to school like, yo, this is like the parents was blown away. But it was so powerful. Like you push through the craziness, the kids coming in and yada yada yada. Because at the end of the day, we were super structured. And what I learned, like kids want structure.
they
They may
do.
push back, but they want structure. They want to come in and know you gotta do X, Y, Z before we do this. Go. You know what I mean? I don't know if this happened to you, but like one of my Brooklyn all day, baby. One of my a pivotal moment. So I had military dudes. So I'm like drill sergeant mode, and they weren't really responding. It's my first year teaching, and I was like, this is a first. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm charismatic. I know how to relationship, but it was Thanksgiving break, and it hit me. I said, yo, these guys don't got no like male leadership figure in their life. Here I am, insert stranger, trying to lay the smackdown. That ain't it. So I changed my approach. I came in, I was like, because I ain't really tell my story.
Yeah.
And a lot of times you got to leave with your story for them to connect. Like my
Mhm.
pops was murdered when I was 6. I never knew buddy. Grew up in a single parent, homeless, this, and that. And they like, now they look at you like, dang, this dude a real, he's been through some stuff. He's been through what I'm going through.
Mm.
Now they tend to listen different.
Mhm.
One, has that experience been like that for you? And or share with us a memorable moment in the classroom?
Honestly, it's the same but different. So when I first stepped in the space of like middle school, I'm like, well, one, middle school is a different ball game.
Different. Oh yeah.
Like I think it's the hardest. I've never did elementary. I've done high school, not elementary, but middle school. These kids are not there mentally. They're just not
Mm,
there.
mm,
They come in with the craziest moods, their hormones all over the place. It's just where they are with their hormones.
mm-hmm.
So what I've noticed quickly, I had the same thing. I'm like, I'm gonna be the strict dude No one's getting away with nothing. This is
Mhm.
what it is. Because I had a mentor tell me that. Well, after like a couple months, I'm like, yo, this is whack. I'm like, I'm not getting the results I'm looking for. And I'm actually trying to have some fun too. So I just one day I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna be me. This is just what it is. I'm um I'm the one of the only male educators in my building that's black.
Mhm.
So that kind of works in my favor because our majority of our kids are colored. So it's like
Mhm.
I'm part of the majority. So when I'm going out there, I'm just being myself, chopping it up with the kids, and also showing them that I'm human too.
Mm.
I feel like we put ourselves on a pedestal as adults and as authority. And when kids see that and you're not being level eye with them, for an example, the one moment that popped out is this one student, my first year at the middle school that I'm currently at. He Me and him were going back and forth.
Mhm.
One, I shouldn't have been going back and forth with him. That's the wrong
Check.
part. Right. But I had a bad moment. I was going back and forth with him. I got him really upset. He left the room and punched the locker, whatever. He went to the office and then he came back up and he went back to classroom.
Mm.
Bell rang. I took him to the side. I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for going back and forth with you. That's You don't deserve that. And I apologize for that. And I dapped him up and I just left it as is. And that didn't change the kid for the rest of the year, but he respected that I apologized because
Mhm.
a lot of us don't do that, you know? And I think it's a big thing that you have to be humble. And when I say be humble, like not the traditional, like, hey, you know what? I'm going to let him keep this one. It's like, you know what? Your heart is soft enough to be like, you know what? That's the wrong move I did.
Mm.
And especially when it's a kid that's super young, like 12, 13 years old or whatever, it takes a lot to be like, you know what, my bad. And I hope that you can forgive me and we could move forward and try to be good. And even if he doesn't forgive me, at least I did the right thing and just have the integrity to follow through like that because kids do see that. Even if it's not him, it's everybody else that's like, you know what, that was the right move. You know what I mean? So
Nah, nah, I feel that. I mean, and as an educator, male dude, black dude in the classroom, we wear a lot of hats, man. You know what I'm saying? So, for you, you got that father figure hat. But let's pivot because you're a new father, right? That was a big milestone.
yeah, my daughter's 5.
Okay,
She
yeah. 5 is good. Yep,
love her
yep.
to death. She grows, like, every day. Like, there's
Yeah,
be like, if I step out for, like, 2 days or whatever, going on, like,
yeah.
vacation or something, and I come back, it's this vocabulary. It's ridiculous, man.
So wait,
She
what's fatherhood mean for you?
Fatherhood, that's a heavy question. That's really
Okay.
heavy. That's really, really heavy because, like, being young, I that's one thing for sure. I've always wanted to be a father.
Mm,
I always wanted to be a father. I don't know what brought that onto my heart, but that's one thing that was there. And just being super involved with her and um being responsible for how she grows and where she goes to and what man that she marries.
mm,
Like the first thing that she thinks about is my dad, you know?
mhm.
So that really puts not pressure on me because I don't look at it as pressure.
Yeah.
Look at it as honor.
Mm,
At the day, it's like, you know what? I get to foster this child and build her up to where she needs to go and point her in the right direction. And as I'm pointing her in the right direction, she's looking back at me,
mm.
looking at her future husband, and I'm gonna be able to help her navigate through
Navigate, yep.
because the more that I grow as a man and show what a real man's supposed to be, then my daughter can be like, I want a man like that. And I can help her be like, you know what, homie, come over here. Nah, he ain't got it. He ain't
Yeah,
checking the boxes that we need to be checked.
right, right.
You know what I mean?
Hey,
So
hey, Matthew, did you grow up with your father?
I did. I
Okay.
did. My dad, love him. he did the best with what he had and the tools that he had. He definitely loved me. I get his transparency from him. I get his honesty from him. He didn't hold any punches at all.
Okay.
He definitely loved me in a different type of way, but there's things that I learned outside of him. And if he wasn't humble, I wouldn't be the person I am today, because there was one time, I think I was in my early 20s. He looked me in my eye and said, "Hey, Matthew, don't be like me." And usually that hits you really hard, because I asked him, like, "Don't be like you. What do you mean specifically?"
Right.
You know what I mean? And at this point in time, he had four different ladies, 6 kids.
Wow.
And I understood that. I'm like, yo,
Yeah, you understand that.
I don't want to be that guy. And that's what he was really trying to tell me. He's like, you know what? Don't do this. It's not it. And I'm Cape Verdean, so that culture, that's what it's all about. Guys think with the wrong head, man, to be quite honest, and they don't know what a real man is. And honestly, anyone listening, this is huge right here. I still loved my dad for that, and I still love my dad. And I forgave him, because his father didn't know any better. His dad wasn't there for him as a kid. So how can he know how to be a good dad if he's a good example himself? And then even for my grandfather, where was his dad at? And then the cycle continues, because it's generational curses. It's just
yeah. It's funny. I just did a song, Letter to My Dad, and it said, I forget what I said. I said, I wonder who left you. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't know him at all. Mine was gone out of there. And then when I met him next week, he got murdered. And I, through my life, well, unlike you, like you want to be a dad. I know my daughter's watching this. Shouts out to my daughter, V Rain. She should be asleep. It's 8:30, but she watching. I didn't want to be a dad. I think I just was on some, like, it's about me, my BlackBerry, my backpack. I'm like flying solo. But I think a lot of it was I was afraid, right? Before I was able to start articulating this, I was afraid because I didn't know how. I had no blueprint. Shouts out to my mom's prayer warrior, beast, did what she did. But you need that man figure in the life. And
so important.
I sat back, wifey wanted like 3. I'm like, 3? I don't want none. We need to negotiate, boo. But
just 3.
I was like, yo, how do I become a dope dad if I never seen one? You know what I'm saying? And I always tell people, real talk. I just dreamt what I wish I had, and I 10x that. You know what I'm saying? So like my kids now, they tell you, we be outside. You know what I'm saying? And it takes a lot. Well, one, to get to that place where you start to like recognize like you need to do change and not let your experience alter what could be. And shouts out to wifey for having a vision to want to build a family. And now, like, I have my daughter. My daughter's 8. That's my girl. Shouts out to my son. He's 6. That's my G. But it's not about me. So I'm gonna get back to you. Matthew, tell us. So as a father, and recognizing how you have approached it, for my young fathers out there, or fathers that's new to fatherhood, what advice that you got or that you learned that you would give them?
So very practical. I would not know how to be a good father if I didn't put myself in church, bro. It's just to be completely transparent and honest. I'm only a good father because I have the best example I have is my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. And God is the perfect picture of that. He knows how to show love. He knows how to show empathy. He shows patience. He shows kindness. All those things. You got to open up your Bible and really understand that, because honestly, I don't know anyone that has the perfect dad. I don't. I still yet to see it. Even for myself, I'm not a perfect father. I'm not a perfect husband. But guess what? Once you give your life to Jesus and you let him actually work on you, and you're not reluctant to receive it, changes your life. Changes your life. And that's honestly, even with this motivational speaking stuff, it really comes from that because I'm willing to listen and I'm willing to let him change my heart. I'm willing to listen to him and be like, you know what? All right, that resentment got to go. All right, you got to drop these bags. You got to talk about these things. You got to be vulnerable. I don't care if you don't like it. You got to be vulnerable, you know? And honestly, young dads, you have to do it. And the thing is, you know what? This is when it gets real. It's not easy. If it was easy, we would have the best dads in the world. We would have no issues at all. Pornography would be gone.
But
we would have no divorces. We would have no.
Matthew, what would you say, not to cross you, what would you say to someone that's not tapped into their faith?
Okay, if not tapped into the faith,
Yeah,
you have to be accountable. You have to look at yourself in the mirror and be like, yo, what do I need to do to be better? What traumas do I have that I haven't dealt with yet? Do I have mommy issues? Do I have daddy issues? What are those issues that I got to really deal with? If you're not looking at your blind spots, what are we really doing? You know what I mean? It's not all about just making money and paying the bills. It's not about that. What are you doing to make your kids' life better? What are you doing to make your wife better? Like, what are you doing?
right.
Because you can't just, hey, I know you, Murph. I know you don't come home and put your feet up and be like, yep, kids, do the things.
Absolutely not.
like what? It means working a 9 to 5, coming home, dropping off whatever you had at work. If you had a bad day at work, you had a bad day at work. But your family don't deserve your attitude. You go home, you play with your kids, you kiss your wife, and you do what you got to do. When they go to bed, blow your steam off, go play some video games or go to the gym or do whatever you do to make you feel good. That's actually really good for you. You know what I mean? I'm not talking about doing
No, I feel you. Hey,
you know,
let's hang here for a second in the faith space. I know one of your favorite, or actually share with us what is Proverbs 16:9. A man has his plan, but the Lord determines his step. What's that mean to you?
like, would you go on my bio or something?
Hey, listen. Shouts out to the team, man. We do our research, baby.
Yeah, shout out to your team because, like, what? Yo, that hits to the core because that's my life. It's my life. I didn't know I was going to be an educator. God set that up. I didn't know I was going to be interested in motivational speaking. God set that up. Yeah, do I have my plans? Yeah, I try to organize and structure things so I can meet goals and deadlines, but I'm not married to it, right? You have to have that flexibility and a little bit of space where things can shift and you won't have an attitude about it. You'd be like, oh, you know what? That's not the route this time. We're doing this way because there's something that covers that. You know what I mean? And it's like, and this might sound a little weird, but it's like, I'm willing to work hard for something, but if it's something out of my means, that's not for me. I'm just not going to do it because some people put like 140 hours to go for this one goal and they end up dead tired and not living life that it's supposed to be just to attain this thing. But maybe they weren't supposed to get this thing. Maybe that thing was for somebody else, but you wasted 140 hours doing that. You could have been spending 80 hours doing this and still living life the best way it could. And you're still achieving your purpose in life. Because I think that's really huge. It's the purpose. You like, I said this on one of my TikToks. I think I said it this week or maybe last week. It's like, you can't be anything you want. You have to have a purpose. Live in your purpose. And I bet you any money, you'll live a life worth living if you're living in your purpose. It's like, like not everybody's going to be the superstar athlete. Not everybody's going to be that financial advisor. If that was the case, then everybody would be a financial advisor because they make a lot of money. Even with the athletes, I hear it in middle school all the time. Like, have this kid that's like 4'5" coming up to me and be like, "Hey, I'm going to be an NBA basketball player." And I'm like, I don't shoot him down. I'm like, If that's what you really want to do, I mean, there's other things you can do. You know, I'm just saying.
Listen, yeah, I was actually so I'm doing I just got a new venture going. I ain't gonna disclose it yet, but I work with some interns and I ask them like what they want to do, and a lot of them basketball, NBA. I'm like, all right, cool. So you know, any other option in case that just something didn't work out, because I want them, and I'm like, it's a balance, right? Because you like lock in and just pursue this thing, but I'm like, I need something just in case. I might tweak an ankle, pull an ACL, you know what I'm saying? So like, what's the next thing that I can lean into? But so I like that. But Matthew, we doing really good. I want to jump into my signature 5M questions.
For sure.
So one is, what are you building right now and why does it matter? What are you working on, promoting, anything you got? Like, I want you to be able to share with whoever's watching.
All right. So first and foremost, I'm building a legacy. It's not just for me. It's for everybody. And I'm very big on doing what God has put on my heart. And I'm not holding any punches. I'm 38 years old. I got things that God has placed in my heart that I want to actually do. And if it works out, cool. If it's not, like, I'm in that point in life where like I'm very content. You know what I mean? If this works out, cool. If it doesn't, all right, whatever. I'm just gonna put these things in my hands and see what happens. So the goal is to die empty, give people a practical way to do life, live with a purpose, and show life who's boss through trials and suffering. Because that's just my life, and that's what led me to motivational speaking. And I pray it goes well, and I think it will. And right now we're working on the YouTube. We're putting stuff over there. Subscribe, please. And then
yeah. Tap into the YouTube. Tap in you. So I know you got a podcast coming. What you calling it?
Life Comes at You Fast.
Woo!
Me and the boys created that. Life Comes at You Fast. We got the description. We got everything locked in. It's about being a shepherd and leading the sheep. And we're trying to create a community with that. And you don't have to be someone that believes in Jesus, because at the end of the day, I'm a believer, but I'm still going to help anyone that's trying to actually apply things to their life. That's what I'm here for. If you end up believing in Jesus, I would love that. But even if you don't, hey, we're the light, and we're just trying to guide you to the best way to handle things, because life comes at you fast.
Yo, that's real. I dropped that in the chat. Life comes at you fast. Hey, Matthew, question. What moment, breakthrough or breakdown, shaped your path?
Oh, man. I knew you were going to ask it, because when I looked at the outline, I was like, there's plenty of moments in life where it's like, you know, like when you're going through life, you have those moments where it's like, I just want to just like blow up. I've had several of those, right? And then about like, I want to say 7 to 8 years ago, a friend of mine had shared news with me. I said, congratulations. As soon as I hung up, like my heart wasn't happy about it. And honestly, that hit me so hard, because I'm a person that loves people, and especially my own people. I like to bring them up. I like to motivate them. I encourage them. But that day, my heart was not happy. And I looked in the air and tears came down. I was like, yo, God, this ain't right. I shouldn't be feeling this way. I had put my knees down and on my bed, and I said, God, just lead me the way to where I need to go, and just I surrender it, because the way I've been living and the way I've been doing life on my own. Take the wheel and lead me where I need to go. And since then, my life has never been the same. He's done changes in me that I need to get rid of a long time ago. And it's nothing that he pressured me to do. It was just like one little thing. It's like, I don't really listen to secular music like that. It's not because I don't like it. It's just like one day, I was at church and I wasn't praising the Lord like I should be, and he called me out on it. He was like, "Yo, dude, you can say these lyrics to Drake's songs, but when you come to worship me, you can't even say a word." Listen to that. And then that just like broke stuff off. And then You know, when it comes to drinking alcohol, like I'll have a drink here and there, but like I haven't gotten drunk in a long time, and that's because he called me out on that too.
He called you out.
No, like that's just what it is, and like a lot of people that don't really understand won't really accept that from me. And that's honestly when it comes to accountability, he holds me accountable. Other than other people,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
accountable. Like if I'm not say that I'm not treating my wife well or treating my kid well or treating other people well, he'll call me out and be like, "Yo," like when I apologize to that kid, it wasn't me that told it. Like if it was
Right,
you, I'd
right.
be like, "Yeah, all right, cool, you get over it." You know what I'm saying? But our God is so good, and the Holy Spirit is right there. He's like, "Yo, sir, you gotta go apologize for that." Or, "Hey, you know what? There's a little bit of anger right here that you really got to deal with. Like uncover that. Let's see what we can do with that." You know what I mean? And I really take that to heart when it comes to accountability. I feel like accountability gives me a lot of freedom because it is something that I can control and I can work on it. But if you have an issue with me, I can't control you. So if I try to go control you, I'm gonna get stressed out and frustrated to figure you out. But what am I really doing? Like then that's forcing you to do something that you truly don't want to do. You know what I'm saying? So if I bounce it back to myself and be like, "Yo, you know what? I was really wrong for this." So, but like, why? You know what I mean? I'm not just gonna apologize just to apologize. I'm gonna be like, "Hey, all right, I reacted this way. Why did I react this way?
Wow, yeah.
What is it telling about me? What things do I have to uncover?"
Would you got to change up? Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what it is. Because like
Mm-hmm.
until we die, this is just life, and we got to figure it out. Like we're not. I feel like, and I had this revelation like a couple weeks ago. It's like, you know what? When we're born out the womb, we're delicate and we're like a perfect vision. But as we get older, it gets more perverted. We get these traumas put on us. We got all these things, and we never deal with them till we're face to face with it. And then when we get older, we just think that's just us. No, it's not us. It's things that you gotta be delivered from, things that you need to forgive people for. You know what I mean? And if you're not doing that work for yourself, you're just gonna be that person that's like going all over the place with your moods and your feelings and your anger and all that stuff. And like people just accept it for like, "Yo, this is who I am." I think that's a weak way to live life, quite honestly, bro.
Yo, that's real, and I appreciate you sharing. Let's transition to this one. This is one of my favorite ones. When did you fall in love with failure, and what did it teach you?
This is funny because I think I always had that like grit, and it comes from my family because my family wasn't born in the United States of America. They were born in Cape Verde and they moved here, and they always like that's the thing when people from out of the country come here, they just work,
They
work.
were different.
Yeah, it's like they appreciate things so much more. They're not entitled. They're the 100% grinders. You know what I mean? And even when it comes to challenges in life, even when I was younger, not as wise as I am now, when I was younger, it was like, all right, this situation in Cologne, like I had my car die on me, right? I was driving everybody else around and stuff. The car died on me. I was taking the uh the city bus to a whole bunch of places. I remember like crying, walking from the bus stop, like, damn, I'm like, this is bad. But I felt bad for myself for like 2 minutes, and I'm like, yeah, we got to deal with it and figure it out. It's like in any situation, it's like, you know what? All right, this is just what the situation is. Just figure it out. I'm always a solution type guy too. I'm not gonna be down for a long time because like that's just not what's in me. It's
Yeah.
like, and I believe that quality is in everybody. It's just that we got to choose to be the overcomer or not. You know how it is. The enemy be knocking on your door every day.
Every day.
Every day. He's waiting for that, like, all right, I got him this time.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But you got to be like, nah, I'm overcoming it. Because if you're persistent enough, you'll get through it. And you already know that about failure. Failure is just a stepping stone to something else. That's just what it is. That's what it is.
Failure. I always say failure is feedback, man. It's like, it paralyzes a lot of us. We're afraid to fail. And I will tell you, if I try this thing and it's a failure, and I try this thing and I fail, I have 3 or 4 data points on what doesn't work. So now, just like sports, right? Hello, coaches. We got to make adjustments at halftime.
Yeah.
What are you going to change up? Failure is feedback. It's telling you what's not working, where to switch it up. So I really like that.
And I'll even add this, if you don't mind.
Please.
Failure is a perspective. Because for you to say that you failed, that means you put an expectation on something, right? So if you're already going in with preconceived notions of what this thing's supposed to be and you don't reach that, then you're already calling failure on yourself.
Right.
So now you got to switch up the perspective and be like, nah, this is not a failure. This is a tool in my tool belt that I'll be able to use down the road for something else. And I think that's the mindset. It's a mindset shift that needs to happen to people.
Oh, listen, there's this book, man. Tap into this book for my readers or new to reading. Go for No. I forget the author. It's back here somewhere, but it talks about the levels of failure. So level 1 is the ability to fail. The ability to fail. We all have that. 2 is the willingness to fail. 3 is the wantingness to fail. 4 is the failing faster and bigger. And 5 is failing exponentially. That's when you got a group of people with your team who are all failing for the same cause. And then you're going to learn what's not working, how to switch it up faster, and then you're able to scale. I would encourage you. I know I talked to some of my guests before, and they, failure is not an option. And, I'm of Caribbean descent. My mom's, the same thing I heard. Failure is not an option. But it took me years to get to a place where, actually I'm falling in love with failure, because failure is like steps. I failed here. That's a step. Another step. 10 steps. That's now I got a pathway to success. Hello. So
and I think I got this from you. I was looking at some of your things on your platforms.
Yeah.
Like failure, you learn more from your failures than your successes. Let's just be real. If you're running coasting through life like, everything is simple, different. Like, I'm living the American dream. What are you learning? You're learning nothing. You're just saying, hey, life gave me lemons. I made lemonade.
Lemonade, baby.
And failure tells you, hey, you know what? Here's lemons. You have lemonade. This lemonade kind of sucks, right? Get different lemons.
Yeah.
Maybe get a strawberry. You know what I mean? So because that's just what it is. I bet you any money that you have a list of things that you learned from times that you fell,
buddy,
than the times that you actually reached the goal that you were trying to look for.
Oh yeah.
I challenge someone to actually do that review for themselves.
Self-reflect.
When I fell short, what did I learn when I became the spot?
Well, I think you hit on it. You got to be intentional with this self-reflection, because when things happen and they necessarily don't go your way, like for me, I don't sit and be like, oh Lord, why you do this to me? I can't get a break. I sit and I sit still and I say, dang, all right, what am I supposed to learn from this? You feel me?
Yes.
And that's how I process it. Like everything that happens supposed to happen, and there's a lesson in there or a challenge, and I gotta find that empowering thing to get out of it.
Yes,
and that's what I'm gonna challenge you. He said it. It's perspective, right? It's perspective. What am I supposed to learn from this? I like that a lot. Hey, Matthew, I got one more for you.
Yes, sir.
Instead of the book, we had the Proverbs 16:9. But how can people support you and your work? Where can they find you? I got your YouTube scrolling. Talk to us.
All right. So definitely subscribe to my YouTube page. Like it, because I'm still trying to figure this YouTube stuff out. I'm fresh to it. So the more people go to my content, the better. Definitely on TikTok. Definitely holla at me there. I'm going to be adding more stuff to the TikTok to get people more involved. On my Instagram page. I'm on Facebook, but who uses Facebook nowadays? And then the podcast, we're just trying to layer things out the right way. I wanted to drop it in July, but it's probably going to get pushed back a little bit because we just want everything to be right. And at the end of the day, the goal is to have a community and try to grow that community so we can lead people in the right way. When life gives you lemons and you're suffering in your trials, we're here to help you get to the next step. And I think that's the best way you could do that. And if you want to throw me money, cool, because I could buy some cameras and stuff. If hey, I'll take it. You know what I mean? But yeah, like that's the best way you can support me. And I hope that people are liking what I'm saying. And if you don't, it's cool. I'm not here fishing for people. So it is what it is. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. I'm not here to beg for you to be here. So
well, listen, I love that. I'm gonna push you though.
What's up?
We talked about it.
Yes, sir.
It don't got to be perfect.
No.
So it is July, August, September. Your podcast need to be live before October, brother.
Okay.
Before October, right? Make a date. You know what I'm saying? Like because
you told me October, right?
October 1. I don't know what date that is, but whatever that first week October, we need you to be live because I love what you're doing on TikTok. Love what is going on IG, but I think when you formulate a platform to put it out, man, it's gonna be dope. Let me tell y'all even how I got started with the bunker. Well, I always had a big dream about eventually doing the show, The Bunker, but I was doing it and I was like coming out with 3, 2, 1 with Murph and blah, 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 blah. But it was like boring and I missed a day, missed another week, and then I was like, I know I never missed twice. Because now you start a new pattern, right? Mm-hmm. Then I said, you know what? I got so many people in my phone, probably 4,000 contacts. I'm going to say 90% of them doing dope stuff, right? Maybe 80. And I said, you know what? I'm going to leverage the platform to connect with my friends, people, my acquaintances, and promote them. Because remember, anything you want out of life, you got to give. So if I want compliments, I got to give compliments. If I want people to buy my book, I recommend other people's book. So that's where you start. So my platform is all about promoting my people. You know what I'm saying? So anybody, I think we up to December now. We in this November, December. Every Wednesday is booked up. Ooh. So anybody that's on here that want to tap in, hit me. Shouts out to my girl Sharon. My assistant is a beast. She manages calendars and the scheduling and booking and all. It's like a matrix. Actually, I'm gonna take the time out to shout out the whole team. Shouts out to Tim. He does the social media. He's a beast. Music page, speaker page, Faith, the research. That's how Matthew. That's how I got all your info.
Dude, I'm like, hell, Proverbs 16:9. Not a lot of people know. That's
listen, because at the end of the day, man, like,
my Twitter page.
Anything you do, like for me, I'm gonna say I statement. I have to perform at a high level. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if I'm a varsity team playing JV, they about to get smacked. I'm not letting up off the get. They getting smacked, and I apply the same thing to everything I do across all my platforms. And this ain't, we're not slouching on this one, man. I'm just making sure I'm checking the chat. But yeah, I want you to push that thing out, man. Create the platform. And, I was on, so I'm on a podcast run myself. I just got off, I think the Guru podcast. Shouts out to Shane. Liv, I forget the other one, my girl in South Africa. I mean, they all over. I'm loving it. And we talk about just going to market. Like you could look at episode 1 through 10 versus 100 is different. But at least I started. That's how I got to 100. Yeah. You get me? No, so like, I'm going to encourage you, man. Like I love, good morning. I'm tapping in. So I want to hear your podcast. I'm be tapped in. And I'm going to tell people, just like I promoted my girl nonprofit, I'll be promoting you after our show. You know what I'm saying? So keep showing up.
You as a guest also, you know that for sure.
Yeah. Keep showing up. We still got to do something where we collab and I come up to Rhode Island. We got to do a speaker youth conference, empowerment summit. I'm speaking that to existence because I think just our networks, we could collab and make something really dope. And I want you to, leverage my platform. We could leverage yours. It's all about because I've taught middle school, high school, college, and there's this collaboration gap where we think if I help you, then I'm going to be losing. No,
we all win.
We all win. You know what I'm saying? We all win. And I just want to really model that on every level to the people watching, listening, and tuned in. But yeah, like Matthew said, man, just met my homie this year or last year?
It was last year. Wow.
Last year, right? Wow. Yeah, we're about to come up on a year soon.
Wow.
So
yeah.
And, you know, we talk about for the next level people, they all over New York. I think I was in PA, so they was in New Jersey. And shouts out to Brad. I got to go shadow him and see him do his thing in the middle school. So inspired. But yeah, you know, at the end of the day, it's about us supporting each other. So we definitely gonna be tapped in. Follow his IG, TikTok at the same handle.
Sir.
Follow YouTube. Hey, Matthew, any closing thoughts? Just give us a quick hitter.
Closing thoughts.
Yeah.
Shoot.
A quote, scripture.
Yo, the scripture that we have for the podcast would be Matthew 6:34. In summarization, it means worry about today. Tomorrow has its own worries. And honestly, that's the mantra that I live by. It's like, you know what? I can't look too far down the road because I'll get anxious. I'll have anxiety. So, you know what? I'm going to take care of what's in front of me. I'm going to eat my food, right? When I'm done with it, then I'll worry about the next meal. I'll leave that for you guys. And I appreciate you, Sean. You've helped me so many ways, man. I appreciate you so much, man. And we keep tapping in. And
for sure.
I've already hit up some resources that you sent my way. And everything's going to be working out right now. So
yeah. Anyway, I could be of support with you getting your podcast off the ground. So I'll offer you this. You got to come out to my way though. We could do. I don't know if you got like visuals, video, photography. Yeah. I got my guy that just does all my stuff locally here, and I could schedule a shoot so we can get you some shots, some visuals, some B-roll that you could roll out to promote your show. I'll schedule a day for him. You know, he comes. We do a shoot once a week, and I would, you know, offer a session to you to help you get that whatever. So pull up.
Appreciate you.
All right. Yeah. So listen, we're gonna pay some bills, man. Next week, I got my girl Nakia Jackson. We're going into the fitness lane. But for now, I want y'all to tap into our 3-2-1. Go back in the chat. I was dropping some nuggets as Matthew was talking, scriptures. I want y'all definitely tap into, you know your boy. Tap into your boy. I'm on IG, TikTok, Mr. Motivation Music. Yes, we got a new song coming out. Did I tell y'all? Oh, listen, this one is coming out August 1st, right before National Friendship Day or Friendship Appreciation. This one's called Friends. I was holding it. I think I told y'all this last week or 2 weeks ago. I was holding it to be a outro for my next album, but the team's like, we got to drop an album, a song every month, and da. Like, So this one's coming out. So shouts out to my friends. Each bar, man, is a story. And I'm gonna tag everybody that's in it. So definitely tap into Mr. Motivation Music. We got the Substack. If you're a reader, tap into Substack. Every week we drop a newsletter, Mr. Motivation Substack. We got something coming, something brewing. I'm dropping that in January. We'll start rolling that out probably in September. And then lastly, we got the Breakthrough Bunker community. Tap into that. This is a space for people who either want to go next level, ready to go next level, or not ready. But it's okay because we're going to help you get there. And it's a non-judgmental community grounded in tactical empathy. And it's like, how do we help you become the best version of yourself? So tap into that. That lives on the Mighty Network. And definitely, I definitely want y'all to go tap into Mr. Motivation's my new book, unbreakable valor, triumph through the soul of resilience. And I'm gonna close out with this. Actually, I got a quote that I've been loving. I've been leaving this when I'm on my podcast. 3 things I leave out. I'm gonna share with y'all. You heard me say this before. Surround yourself with people whose eyes light up when they see you coming. 2, mastery lives quietly atop a mountain of mistakes. Mastery lives quietly atop a mountain of mistakes. And lastly, as you know, nothing changes if nothing changes. I want to definitely shout out my homie Matthew for joining with us. And as the old saying goes, do remember, it's all about you. Now, where is my outro? Hold on. It's coming. Matthew's out of there. Outro's coming.
I put it on my hood grown, NY, Brownsville, Bed-Stuy. I done came from the lowest lows, still walk with my head high. All my life, I've been through it. Made it out, and I'm getting to it. Can't tell me I didn't do it. No passing L's, we skipping clubs. No taking L's, we getting. I put it on my hood grown, NY, Brownsville, Bed-Stuy. I done came from the lowest lows, still walk with my head high. All my life, I've been through it. Made it out, and I'm getting to it. Can't tell me.